All right, all right. Let's try this one more time today. If you guys are here live with me and you can see me and you can hear me, drop a thumbs up or just some kind of acknowledgement in the chat. I'm going to go on assuming that we are good to go. And I want to say hello. My name is Dancy Bearded. This is a live stream series called Beard Topics Live. And there's a couple of goals of this stream, you guys. And the first one is to be able to say to you guys, I hope you're having a happy Wednesday afternoon. At least for me, it's right 1 p.m. Eastern. All right, you guys can see me and hear me. Okay, good, good, good. For the first time ever in 5 years of doing these live streams, I was not able to go live. It didn't let me go live. Like I was on live on my end, but just for some reason, it wasn't picking up on the YouTube side of things. But we are here. So on your way in, guys, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up to show YouTube that we are live, that we are doing this thing. And if you could, please consider sharing this out on whatever source you would like. I think it's really good for people to be in here live in real time, but I also think it would be really cool for people to catch it on replay. And so we have some bad storms out here by us. Okay, Garrett. Interesting. I know we have some rain and some storms going on, so that's probably what it was the storm. So that makes sense. Thank you. But welcome in, everybody. I want to say hello to people coming in nice and early here, from the Bearded Firefighter to Ruben to Garrett, Mason M, Notable, Tynamo, Caleb, David, Lana, Corey, Brian, True North, Twitch, Platinum Flow, Car Guy, Buffy, Bob, Florida Fragrance, Bearded Tab, Matt, Mad Donkeys. Awesome. And Mad Donkey's the first time viewer here. Love it. David, Eddie, Tony. Welcome, everyone. It was really dark outside during the storm. Yeah, we definitely have had some rain and stuff this morning, so I'm assuming. All right, everybody with me. Let's do the patented beard fluff. Let's get our beards ready for this stream and hopefully podcast style in the future. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. As I was saying, guys, this is a different kind of live stream. I have this live stream to do a couple of things. One, I don't normally get to see you guys on a Wednesday afternoon. I will see you guys tonight. Every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, we have a show called Beard Advice Live, where my wife joins me. People send in pictures of their beards, and we give them advice. We give them feedback based on their problems, based on their goals. We also try something new, like circus peanuts or seaweed or different kinds of soda pops, whatever the case may be. And we do something called catching up with the commands. Just restarted YouTube. Yeah, Leo, I put the other one private. It was only 2 minutes, so I'm not exactly sure what was going on with it, but hey, we are here now, and I'm so happy, you guys. And well over half of you have not hit that thumbs up. So if you guys could, on your way in, just hit that thumbs up again to show YouTube we're good. We're here. Stuff is going on. So some other goals that many of you know about this live stream is I want to reach different time zones. I want to reach different schedules. I want to get people into lives that don't get to normally see me in this setting, because I'm live every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I know that just doesn't fit in the schedule for many people. So I like to do afternoons, mornings, late night. Anytime I can switch it up a little bit, this is what we want to do with this stream. And this is a stream that I have a lot of pride in it, being able to listen to it podcast style after the fact. The idea that you can enjoy this content without actually being here live. Now, I do think there's something special about being here live and seeing your friends in the chat and contributing to the content and the information, whether it's with a question, whether it's with feedback, whether it's with advice. All of those things make a big difference. However, I'm someone that likes to listen to something while I'm working, while I'm out in the yard, while I'm taking care of the trash, while I'm showering, right? I like to listen to something, and I would hope that this kind of stream is beneficial to some of you guys out there, or girls that like to listen to this kind of content and just hear about beards, hear about positive attitudes, hear about the community. And so thank you guys for allowing that to happen. And with this stream, we always will have a sponsor on the Beard Topics Live. This is my career. This is what I do for a living. And to be able to take that time away from the family, away from the other aspects of the career, we have a sponsor every time that makes it possible. Today, we are sponsored by the Bearded Mack. We'll talk about them in a little bit here. If there's any companies, doesn't even have to be beard related, that ever wants information on sponsoring, please reach out to me. Dan_command@yahoo.com is my email. It's in the description of every video. I also am accessible on Facebook at Dancy Bearded or Daniel Command. And I'm also accessible on Instagram, which is my preferred method, Dancy Bearded. So reach out if anybody ever wants details on those. And how the structure of the stream works, you guys, is the first half of the stream, we're going to talk about the sponsor. And then I have 3 set questions that were submitted by you guys. And these are questions that maybe don't have a dedicated video right now. Maybe I don't have plans for a dedicated video, but a simple text message response doesn't do it justice. There's like middle grounds on some topics. And who knows, maybe they form into a video in the future when I kind of roughed off all the dirt and all the stuff that's covering it. And then we find that hidden gem. And so we go over them in long form, transparent ways. And I get feedback from the chat. It's beautiful. The second half of the stream, I open it up to questions from the chat. So if you guys have a beard topic question that you want covered, drop it in the chat. I'll do my best to star it as the stream goes on. If I miss it, though, I will come back to it. So, for example, Garrett has already asked a question. I put that star on there, and I was able to snag that one. So we will get into those. And so, again, thank you guys so much. If anybody wants to share this out, I really appreciate you. And the cool thing with sharing this is if people join live, that's awesome. But if it stays up after the live, I really think it's valuable for people to just listen to it. So it's not like your share expires or goes bad. People can still get value from what you're showing them about what you believe in, about what you enjoy. And so, yeah, who knows? Maybe it helps out somebody else. Maybe it helps out this channel. But I do know that it's putting those positive karma points out in the atmosphere. So thank you, Bob. He said he already shared. That's awesome, dude. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else we have going on today. And so this is a live stream, random days, random times. We talk about beard care, beard styling, beard thoughts, beard science, whatever beard related. I have a bunch of other streams where we do all sorts of things that don't have to do with beards, but then we do mix in some beard stuff. This one is dedicated to beards, And D Dot, my friend, said, just hop it in here to say what's up. Wife is going into surgery. Hey, man, positive thoughts to your wife. I know it will go smoothly. Tell her to recover quickly for us all. All right, so let's go ahead. Thank you, guys. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we have on this show today. So as mentioned, our episode 19 sponsor is the Bearded Mack. Dan C is your discount code for the Bearded Mack. That is an affiliate of mine. And so if you guys ever want to try this company or stock up on this company, always go to Dan C. It is always appreciated and it saves you guys money. And as always with these streams, you guys, I never, ever, ever expect anybody to purchase. I never expect anybody to donate or super chat or membership or any of that. All of those are welcomed and amazing, of course, but don't ever feel pressure to do those just to enjoy the content. This is 100% free and it will always remain that way. But one way that you can give back that is free, costs you nothing, is go to their website and just browse their website. When Shopify sees a lot of activity on websites, that's a good thing for businesses. Also, go check out their Instagram and give them a follow. It costs you nothing to follow them on Instagram if you have that social media platform. And it's just going to show that they have a bigger following. They have a bigger reach. And it shows that this podcast, this live stream, this channel is making an impact to help their business. So if you're like, man, I haven't tried them. I don't have the money right now. Literally no worries. Just go give them some social media love and see what they got going on over there. That is some way to be able to participate and give back to this community in this stream. And then a couple of things I want to highlight from the Bearded Mack. The first one is my favorite scent from them, and they've got a bunch. From top to bottom, they have one of the most complete scent lineups for me, for Sam, and for our family. Hey, Platinum Flow, thank you, man. You did a thumbs up super sticker. Thank you, sir. And but at the top of it, if I could only keep one, Corner Mac is really good. Command Mac is really good. Those are two collabs of mine. But I love the Icy Mac. It's that minty, fresh, invigorating. A lot of companies have these kind of scent profiles. This is one of my favorites. I believe every company should have a mint scent profile because I know I'm not alone out there with my love of mint. But the Icy Mac is wonderful. I use their oil. I use their butter. I use their solid beard wash bar. So dang good, you guys. And again, that's not a surprise to those of you that know me or know this channel. Now, two other things that I'm going to be making a video on in the near future, but I haven't covered in an actual video or even a live stream yet. And that would be their Groomsman Beard Oil Kit and their new cologne. So the first thing is the Groomsman Beard Oil Kit. They have looked, I have looked, I have never seen anything on the market that's like this. This is a kit that is aimed at being for weddings, for the groomsmen party, right? When you have your bridal party and you got the groomsmen, and it's bridesmaids, what's on the other side? Groomsmen, right? And oftentimes they give just gifts. All of us have probably been in a wedding before, and you get a flask that has your name engraved. Well, I don't drink. Even when I did drink, who uses Flask? Like that just was irrelevant. It was thrown in a junk drawer. I never looked at it again, genuinely. And all the other ones that you get, like engraved tie clips. I don't wear ties. That doesn't help me out at all. So it just doesn't do anything for me. Awesome, Bronze Age nerd. Thank you, man. And so this is a kit that is designed with 3 exclusive oils and a Chicago comb, 1 oil for the bachelor party, 1 oil for the rehearsal dinner, and 1 oil for the wedding. And even if you don't have a beard in the groomsmen party, you can use it on your skin, right? We know the benefits of that. So this is aimed towards weddings. Really, really, really cool. Yep, really, really cool. So yes. And Gary said, I wish my buddy got me that for standing up in his wedding. I was the only guy that had a beard. He also got us engraved watches and sunglasses, though. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I just think everybody would enjoy this. I really do. And then the last thing that's new from the Bearded Mac, you guys, is they do have a spray cologne. This spray cologne right now is in the Revered set. This scent is super unique. It is a citrus, it is a tobacco, and a cedar wood, if I'm remembering correctly off the top of my head. Citrus, tobacco, and cedar wood. And this is a real cologne. Like it's not like a beard oil scent made into a, this is a real cologne scent. Like if I were to spray it and say, hey, check out this cologne, nobody would be like, is that made by a beard company? They would be like, whoa, that's a really high-end fancy cologne. And it looks really nice. It smells really nice. It's long lasting. So they do have colognes for those of you out there that are fragrance people. Twitch said, I need some Mack. And their products are so good. The owners are such great people behind the scenes, great customer service. Everything is legitimate that they do. So a sincere shout out and thank you to the Bearded Mac for sponsoring today's stream, giving back to the community. They're not doing this to be like, oh man, on the random day, random time, we're going to have this huge boost of sales. We know Dan is going to push us and make people buy. No. They're just simply saying thank you to the community, thank you to this platform, thank you to the content, and they want to enable more information getting out there about what we do. And so I like this question in the chat too. Car Guy wants to know, how's everyone's day? So drop a comment in the chat, guys. How's everybody's day going? So I appreciate the Bearded Mac so much. And let's go ahead and get into our very first one. All right. So this is by Ruben. I think Ruben's in the chat. And Ruben says, is there any benefit from Is there any benefit from whipping a purchased butter at home? Whipping a purchased butter at home. I know whipped butters were great. And Leo says, happy to know that browsing benefits a website. I often browse for information and blog content. Yeah. So Leo, if you really want to hit the algorithm and you really want to make an impact on companies, their blogs are the best way you can do that. When you show the internet and you show Google specifically that there's activity going on their blogs, they start to rank those blogs up higher on the search results. So 100% you can benefit this company by just browsing their website, just reading through their blogs, just going on their website, especially the About Us section. The more activity a website has, the better it shows up on those search results. And here is one of those awesome owners right now. This is Eileen, and she says, we couldn't be happy to sponsor you. Thank you. Again, shout out to Chris and Eileen out there. Absolutely amazing people. I have a recent live stream where both of them were on stream with me. So if you want to get to know them a little bit more, just look up like Dancy Bearded Mac or message me and I can send you guys a direct link and you'll see that. And here's Ruben. He said, dang, forgot about this question. So I love that. And here's Corey. He brings up a great point. He says, can we touch base on the fact that each beard wash bar is handmade? Sorry, I don't mean to gush. It's just such a great company. So to take it a step further, Corey, Eileen right here, the person that's in the chat, the co-owner of this company, not only handmade, they're handmade by Eileen. She does them herself. And trust me, I can't do this any justice. When I say that those solid beard wash bars are her babies, that they're her like passion project, she puts her love into care, into literally molding and making every single one. And those mean a lot to this company. And you guys know how much I love those solid beard wash bars on my head hair and on my beard. And so to back you up, Corey, right here, thank you so much on this one, man. He says, can we touch base that their beard wash bars are handmade? And Eileen says, yes, I make them. Super cool. And Leo says, there are gems and blogs that give insight to my beard care and often other things. I agree. Yep, I agree 100%. 100%. So if you guys check out their website, go read their blogs, go check out the Solid Beard Wash bars, and just see everything that they have going. And Corey says, thank you, Eileen, top notch. Beautiful. And Ruben says the wash bar is freaking cool. It is. Yep, it really is, especially Icy Mac. Okay, so a kind of loaded topic here, but I think it's a really good one. And this is the epitome. Hey, Big. This is the epitome of why I do this stream, because it's probably not a dedicated video out of this, and it's not easy to explain in a text message. So let's discuss it right here so you guys can hear me, you can see me, and you can feel the information behind this. And guys, if you have comments about the Bearded Mac, feel free to keep dropping them in the chat. Dynamo says the bar suds up so well, and that is true. Yep, that is true. And Jose says, thanks, Bearded Mac, for sponsoring this amazing channel. I love every single oil from this company. Dude, thank you for that support and positivity right there. That's what it's all about. And yeah, thank you, Bearded Mac, for making this possible. So we know, I've covered this on a video recently, where, and the Bearded Mac actually used to, I am almost positive, they used to offer whipped butters, and that has gone away. The main reason why whipped butters are not really a thing in the community, if you do see something labeled as a whipped butter, oftentimes it's not actually a real whipped butter. Because there's a lot that goes into that. But the main challenge is once a whipped butter melts, and it's more likely to melt because it's a much lighter, like kind of airy, thin type butter that takes up more space and has less product in that individual space. And so, for example, if you have a container that's like a 2-ounce fluid ounce container, a lot of times butters that are poured will be exactly about 2 ounces. If a butter is whipped, there's going to be more air introduced. So that 2-ounce container is not going to do by weight what it should. So a whipped butter will have to go into a bigger container. And the challenge is it's more likely to melt. And once it does melt and gets to the consumer, it cannot get back to that original state in which it left the business. And so that was a problem. Customers were getting their whipped butters. It was melted. It was flat. It wasn't airy. It wasn't fluffy and light like they liked. And there wasn't really anything they can do about it. Because as a company, it's easy to whip butters on a bigger scale. Right? To whip an individual butter is difficult. That is a task. But if you're going to whip, I don't know, let's say 100 ounces of butter, not that bad. Get a KitchenAid mixer, get a large industrial size, commercial size mixer, and you can whip up some butter pretty simply. It's not that big of a task. But to tell somebody at home, you need to do this physically, whip this butter, very difficult. Now, with all that said, can you whip butter at your own home? Yeah, for sure. You would melt it down, and while it cools, you're going to be whipping it. You're simply just going to be moving it around and getting that air introduced into it, and it's going to give it this light, creamy consistency as long as the ingredients allow for it to do that. If there's beeswax in it, you're probably not going to whip it. If there's really, really hard butters in it, you're probably not going to whip it. But if it's a shea butter base, if it has a good oil blend with it, you're not going to have a lot of ability to whip it. But let's say you can't. Ruben wants to know, is there a benefit to whipping butters at home? The only benefit would be if you really highly prefer the feel and consistency of a light, fluffy whipped butter. Then, yes, it would be a benefit to you. Now, is there a tangible benefit to your beard hairs with a whipped butter versus non-whipped butter? Hey, what's up, Derek? No, not really. There's nothing that we can measure other than personal preference. I have never once encouraged someone to whip a butter at home. I just don't think it works. It works that well. And Leo says, if memory served, Beard Brawler had to change from whipped butters because of shipping damage. It could not be, yeah, exactly. It could not come back to the life it was. So if there is a normal, if there's a normal butter that melts and you need to bring it back to its original state, you just melt it into the microwave and then cool it quickly. Everybody can do that. Florida Fragrance Guy says he's re-whipped melted butters successfully a few times. That's awesome. It absolutely can be done. It's just not quite as easy to do that. So can you? Yes. Should you? It's up to you. I just don't think that there's a lot of real benefit in it when it comes to thinking about the work that goes into it. The more amount you have, the better. Let's say you buy 5 different butters and you want to whip them all together, then it can be done. Then it's much easier to do. And Ruben says, good to know. I've never gotten to try whipped butter, so I didn't know if there was any actual benefit other than ease of melting it down. Nope, nothing that we can say, this is better than this. It's just a preference thing. So great question, and literally the reason why we have these streams. And welcome in, everybody. We got Double R in the chat. We got Tony B in the chat. Welcome. I appreciate you guys all being in here. All right, here's our next one. And guys, I am starring your questions as you come through. All right, and I love it. So keep those ones coming. So Brittany and everybody else, I appreciate those questions. All right, here's another question. General advice for thick, wavy, curly beard care and styling. So all beards have challenges, no doubt. And as someone that gets a wide net of perspective, I get to hear from gray beards, red beards, black beards, blonde beards, doesn't matter what, thick beards, thin beards. We can make a Dr. Seuss book out of this. I get to hear from a lot of beards. Now, almost every beardsman that has an issue that they're trying to overcome, they believe they have the greatest issue in beard history. That's just how it works. If somebody has a curly, wavy, thick beard, they say that that's the worst challenge in the world. If someone has a thin beard, that's a different but worse challenge in the world. If somebody has a gray beard, that's a different and worse challenge in the world. So everybody believes that their beard is the most challenging thing. The wavy curly beards, they really believe it. They're like, you can't understand unless you have this beard. And nobody can understand if we're not living through it, right? But I do have the benefit of having perspective of years and years and years from hearing from all types of beards. So my general advice for a thick, wavy, curly beard for your styling and for your care. Normally, what those beards are going to do is they're going to lend themselves to be a little bit more coarse, a little bit more textured where it's not so satisfying to the feel. What that can do is it can lead to tangles. It can lead to snags. You want to get your beard as soft and as smooth as possible. Now, there's a couple of ways you can go about this. A couple of ways. Here are some recommendations in general, and then we can get a little bit more specific if we need to. Number one, develop a clear and consistent heat routine. One of my biggest frustrations is trying to explain different topics, and people want instant results, instant gratification. When I say, hey, a blow dryer and or heated brush will help with your tangles and snags, somebody tries it tomorrow, maybe they try it the next day too. And then after 2 days, they still believe, nope, I'm taking this back. This heated brush is garbage. A blow dryer is crap. It made my beard feel terrible, look terrible. My beard looks thin. It's very frustrating when I know that there's so much time and patience and practice that goes into it, that the results come from trial and error. It's just like most things in life. There are very, very few things that we can pick up and it will be an immediate game changer and is just intuitive. So you got to be able to learn how to use that heat. You got to try different temperatures, different directions, different methods. Watch my videos, look up other videos, see what you can pick and pull from different people. I'm not saying my method is right. I'm just telling you my method is right for me and for many other people. But you got to make those individual variables. But 100% advice is use some heat. I believe it'll benefit most thick, wavy, curly beards. And heat and layers is a good topic too. Hey, Brio. Hey, Ryan. Welcome in, everyone. And Diablo's right here. When I say use heat, there's different layers. Use heat in layers, meaning grab some hairs and use heat on that first layer. Grab another chunk of hairs, grab heat on that next layer. You can get it done. It just depends on how you do this. And Tony in here says he has a thick and curly, mostly gray beard. Heat made a big difference in his routine. It is, but it's not going to be quick and it's not going to be right away. So just something to keep in mind there, guys. Now, beyond that, we know that thick, curly, wavy beards have that tendency to be a little bit more coarse. When you are coarse, they have the tendency to grab onto other hairs. Now, let's break it down at like a microscopic level. What does a coarse hair mean? Essentially, our hairs are these hair fibers, these dead skin cells, aka keratin, hey, Ron, that are all stacked on top of each other. And then there's 3 layers to it. The inside core, the middle, and then the outside. And on these layers that we have, that outside layer is going to lock those hairs in and kind of keep them nice and smooth. Hey, Ken, nice and smooth and nice and contained. Well, the more coarse your beard is essentially saying the more that those inner hair fibers are starting to escape from the outside. They're starting to break through, and you have these little tiny microscopic hair fibers that are stretching out. Well, what those hair fibers like to do is grab other hair fibers. And so when you're combing through your beard, especially with a thick, wavy beard, you're going to start to get those little hair fibers grabbing onto each other and almost having a Velcro-like effect. So when you go to comb, they're snagging, they're grabbing each other, they're pulling on each other, and then it's creating breakage, then it's creating premature shedding. And then it makes you think, man, my beard's crazy. I can't comb, I can't brush. I have a really terrible, crazy beard. Well, you got to do these tricks. Heat is one of them. What is a massive game changer when you do have that coarse, thick type beard where it's grabbing the other hairs and causing tangles and snags? Adding conditioner in the shower and also combing that conditioner through the hairs. Conditioner, I did a video that I'm very proud of in the last couple of months where I explained really like at a scientific level what conditioner does. Essentially, your hair has one charge. The conditioner has the opposite charge. So the conditioner is drawn to the hair, specifically the imperfections in the hair. And what it will do is it will go in and it will smooth out those hair fibers that are sticking out. If you have a spot that is damaged, it'll go in and kind of fill in that damage like spackle. And so then the end result of that is your hairs are smoother now. They're not as Velcro-like. They're not grabbing onto the other hairs. They're just smoothing out. Those two changes are the biggest things you can do for a thick, coarse, wavy, curly beard. A clear, consistent heat routine, and then comb conditioner through your beard in the shower. I recommend every other day. And Platinum Flow says, my hair will literally tie knots by itself. Yep. And knots are a whole different one. I do have a video on that if you guys want to look up Dancy bearded beard knots. Being a curly beard, being a coarse beard can aid into that, but there's more to it. Almost always knots are from dehydration. Almost always. When your hair is hydrated, it's very difficult for it to knot up. Very, very difficult. And we do get hydration in our hair shafts. A lot of people don't want to believe that, oh, the hair's dead. No. Go a week dehydrated, then go a week fully hydrated. You'll experience that difference for yourself. Cheers, you guys. By the way, what are you guys up to right now? Are you on lunch break? Are you having a snack? You drinking some water? Are you at work? Are you at home? What's going on right now? I would love to hear what you guys got going in your life at this moment. Okay. Got that. Those, again, and Car Guy says, oh, I didn't know that. Cool fact. Yeah, and that's why I do this. That's why I like doing this stream, is to go over things that maybe we haven't talked about. Maybe you missed and didn't catch it on a previous video or a previous stream. And so that's literally the reason why we are doing this stream here. So that would be my advice on the curly, wavy beard. Heat and then conditioner in the shower. Heat and conditioner in the shower. All right, Ken, it's not even 8 a.m. there. I love it. I love it. All right, our last set question, and then I will open it up to the chat. Long beard challenges. Clothing and sleeping challenges with long beards. Now, this is why I love this in a live stream format, here. What is, looking at my mug on the TV. Thanks, Matt. If you have a long beard, what are some challenges that you encounter on a daily basis? I, for some reason, and I mean this with all sincerity, I'm not the best person to answer this, but I do want to take a shot at it, and I do want to give some feedback from the chat, because I don't notice challenges with my long beard. I don't know if it's just so normal to me or if I'm conscious of it and I avoid those challenges, but sleeping, my beard has never bothered me sleeping. I don't tie it up. I know a lot of people with long beards. This would be my advice to you. A lot of people like Nick from Dr. Nick's or Robert Wyatt from every social media platform there is. They tie their beards up into a bun when they sleep. That's awesome. I don't. I know that a lot of people will wear like a beard bonnet or braid their beard when they sleep. I don't. That's not an issue for me. Other things, clothing. So the only issue that I can consider with clothing would be that the colors underneath your beard are impacted, right? Let's say your beard wraps to your face. You don't have to think about the shirt color. It's not going to impact your beard much at all. But once your beard starts going over your shirt, you do need to think about it. For example, if I had a white shirt on right now or a bright neon yellow shirt, I'm going to have a lot more transparency coming through my beard. You're not going to see my beard as well. If I had a giant white logo going across my beard, especially closer to the bottom, you're going to see that logo standing through, and it's going to make my beard look more transparent. So for me, I would say with the longer beard with clothing, I do have to coordinate my colors. I do have to prioritize my beard and how it looks. Now, some people would say I went too far on that. I've completely changed my wardrobe. I do not wear any shirts that make my beard look bad. People be like, "Oh, Dan, that's a little bit silly. That's a little bit much." I just like looking good. I like looking confident. And what makes me confident? Knowing my beard looks strong. And I'm with Matt here. I only wear earth tone dark colors. I wear black. I wear dark blue, dark green, heather gray. I wear dark earth tone colors with no logos, writing, or anything underneath it. And so that would be, I guess, probably my biggest challenge, but I've never framed it in my mind as a challenge. I just frame it as it is what it is. If I want my beard to look good, I have to wear these colors. And so for me, that one definitely is something that I have had an adjustment to, but wasn't an issue. When I put on a shirt, I just bloop, plop my beard out after that. No big issues. When, and I guess one that I could open up about pretty easily would be a winter coat. I struggle finding a good winter coat that does not mess up my beard. If I have something that has like a protruding collar on it, it's going to mess up my beard. If I have something that has too high of a zipper or a buckle or anything like that, it's going to mess up my beard. Hey, Peter. And so I definitely can sympathize on that one. But like day to day, not much for me. Let me see what some of the people in the chat have to add for this on the long beard side of things. And Ruben says, fixing cars that kids messed up some interior parts. Oh, that's what he's doing today. I was like, oh man, his beard got messed up on it. So I do understand that. Ryan says, food in my beard. Yep, I definitely understand that. I definitely will get some stuff in my beard. I have two things that really help me out with food in my beard. Number one, people around me. So I tell people, hey, if you see something, say something. I don't want to be out there with a crumb in my beard. I don't want to be out there with some sauce in my mustache. Please say something. And then the second thing that I do that really helps me out is I always have my phone handy. I use that facing camera, that front facing camera, and I just check out my beard and I see I see where it's at. So yeah, that was about it. I'm not getting caught in a conveyor at work last week. Roped out about an inch out in front by the chin. Whoo, yeah. Power tools. I do have a video dedicated to that one. Yep, I definitely have a video dedicated to that one. Tony says, eating, I tend to hold my beard to my chest while eating. Okay. See, I don't adjust when I eat. I don't adjust when I sleep. Those are kind of different for me. And Jose says he helped his tangled beard. Yep. Ken says the type of fabric around collar matters. Some types catch hairs. Very true. Yep. Very, very true. Yep. No doubt. Sadly, I have a permanent right arm injury, so I can't tie it up even if I wanted to. Okay. Well, I'll say I don't tie mine up, so I don't think that you're missing anything. Garrett says, I don't know if my beard is considered long at 9 inches. Yes, 100% you have a long beard, Garrett. But he said, the fans at work blow my beard all over and it kills the style. Understood. That's definitely a challenge. Yep, no doubt. I could see that one being one. Damien says, I work at work, I wear a collared button-up work shirt. Sometimes it snags it. Yep, no doubt. Rob says, I get mine caught in zippers when rolling over in bed. I step on it with my hand. Eating messy foods is fun and requires a rinse, pat dry. Okay. Yep. Understood. And the weather. Yeah. Weather can absolutely impact it too. No doubt. And Leo says, Dan, pulling up a zipper between thumb and forefinger is much your best advice. Oh yeah. And guys, if you don't know what that means, if I pull a zipper up, I do not use what would that be called? I don't know, the handle of the zipper, right? The thing, I don't use that. What I do to use a zipper is I grab the back of the zipper with my thumb or my forefinger, and I go through and I just pull it up that way, and then it avoids everything. So zippers actually have never been a problem for me. It's just the concept of a zipper that goes up too high. If it goes up too high, it's likely going to mess it up for me. So yeah, the feeling of the wind in the beard is really, really nice. Really nice. And Jesus says, I'm here. I love these live stream Q&As. I hardly ever have questions, but I always end up learning something. Dude, that's amazing. That is so cool to hear. Someone will ask something I never thought of. Yep. Almost every single Beard Topics live, I come out with at least one video topic that I will make in the future because I didn't think about that. Yep. And here's another one. If you have a longer beard, guys, silk pillowcases, highly, highly encouraged. Yep. Highly encouraged. So yes. Okay. The tab of the zipper. Yeah, tab works. I think that's fair for sure. Awesome. So Joseph, thank you on that one, man. Okay, we're gonna get back to the chat in just a second here. But thank you guys for those. If you ever want to submit questions, keep an eye out on Instagram and Reddit are my main sources. Or if you want one featured like I just did, leave a comment on this stream after the stream. Put your topic, put your question, and sometimes I take those and I turn those into beard topics later on. So again, guys, massive shout out to the Bearded Mac for sponsoring today to make this possible. If you guys would like to support them for free, if you would like to show that this stream has value beyond just supporting the community, go to their website, check out their blogs. Go to their website, read the About Us. Just get some activity going. And if you want to go above and beyond for free, go follow their Instagram. I know that would be beneficial. And then if you do want to check out their products, I highly recommend literally everything they make. Icy Mac is probably my favorite scent. They do now have spray cologne in the revered Mac scent. And then the unbelievably unique and cool gift of the Groomsman Beard Oil gift set. Check that one out. Chicago Comb plus 3 exclusive oils, different bottles, different scents, different packaging. Very, very, very cool. Okay, let's go ahead and check with the chat now. I have so far, I believe, 9 questions starred. So we will get into that one as we go through here. And man, I love it. Yep, for sure. All right, let me see what else that we have here on your guys' questions. Okay. Question number 1 from Garrett. He says, when you jump in the shower, do you wash your head hair first or wash your beard first? Great question, Garrett. This is my method in the shower, and I have 2 different days. So I rotate between my days. So when I get in the shower, the very first thing that I do is I wash my hands with a bar soap. I wash my underarms and then the sensitive areas below the waist. That's always with bar soap. I just want to kind of have a clean start. I can't imagine being in the shower and trying to like rinse through my head hair, do something with my beard, and I already have dirty hands. So I wash my hands the very first thing that I do in the shower. After that, it is always my head hair next. Now, on days where I use the solid beard wash bar, which is every other day, I do my head hair and my beard together. So I'll lather up the head hair, lather up the beard, boom. On days where I'm not using the solid beard wash bar, I will use the liquid wash on my head hair and I will use the liquid wash on my beard. So I will use my shampoo, I will rinse that out, and then I will do my beard. So either it's at the same time, Garrett, or it is afterwards. All right. It is afterwards. All right, guys. I got my daughter Violet here. You guys can see a little glimpse into the parenting real quick. You guys, hopefully this will be fun on the podcast. Hey, Violet. Please make sure you're laying down and going to bed, okay? I love you. She's napping here. She's trying to fight it, but that girl needs some sleep. If she doesn't, that's a beard disaster waiting to happen caused by stress. Hey, Eric, welcome. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Love this. And guys, if you have the questions, again, keep them coming. I will star them. We have until, what do we have until? 2:15 today. Yep, 2:15 today. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. We love you too, Dan. Oh, thank you. No, I just had to get her down to sleep a little bit. We all need naps. Yeah, you want to see me with a nap. All right, Bronze Age Nerd said, glad I discovered your channel. You stopped me from doing the scuba beard trim. LOL. Now, I love this, and I know this wasn't a question, but I do think this is a topic, and you guys can submit topics. I think that the scuba beard trim can fit a lot of people, but I believe not doing the scuba beard trim fits a lot more people. Now, to explain what the scuba trim is essentially taking your beard and going down with the buzzers and clipping into your beard and chiseling out your look. That trim works if you want to have a style and maintain that style. That's a shortish, medium-ish beard, aka a God of War Kratos beard. If you are going for a God of War, angular, strong, chiseled out beard, and you have a thick, dense beard, that will work for you. If not, everybody else should not do that kind of trim. Everybody else should adjust accordingly. Now, I trim only from the bottom of my beard. I think that works for a lot of guys that have medium to long beards, almost all of them. Now, it's not the best for short beards, right? And so you got to figure out what works best for you. So just to address on that one, if you have goals of going longer or going bigger with your beard, do not do the scuba beard trim. If you have a short, thin beard, do not do the scuba beard trim. There's a lot of drawbacks to those. Okay, next one. I need some advice. I struggle to shape my cheek line straight. I use a double-edged razor, but I can never get a straight line down the cheek. I always end up jagged or uneven. Can you help, please? Yes. Number one thing of help is stop using a razor on your cheek line. The easiest way to get a more natural, symmetrical, better looking line on your cheeks is to stop touching them. The second way, if you're like, no, Dan, it grows to my eyeballs, I can't do that, I need to do something, use a trimmer or a clipper, specifically a trimmer. A clipper has an adjustable head. Usually that's kind of the distinction that we have. And a trimmer has something like a T-blade or just a straight line, and it doesn't go up and down. It just simply stays flat. Using those will give you a much more natural line and a cleaner line. I do not use a razor on my cheek line. That doesn't help me out. All right. No, Dan, I like crispy lines. I want those crispy lines. How do I get them? They do make, like, they're not crayons, but they're essentially like this little like mascara tool, a mascara tool that you can draw on your skin. So if you have lighter color skin, they have a black one. If you have darker color skin, they have a white and like a silver one. And you can draw that line right on your skin. And so that could help. Another thing is they do have things, I don't really like these, but maybe it would fit some of you. They're called like cut buddies, where it has this like swoop where you go like from here and it's like a natural line of a like plastic guard, and you can go with that. Now, one of the biggest things you said is you use a double-edged razor. A double-edged razor is going to be much more difficult because you can't see everything that it's cutting. If you do want to try something, I agree with JT Steve here, try a straight razor. You can see exactly what you're cutting. You can see right where that line is going. I believe that would be a better route for accuracy. I'm not saying it's easier. I'm not saying it's better, but that would be a better route for your accuracy. So good question there. Good question. I don't use a razor on my body at all. All right, question for later. Just started exfoliating using oils a few days now, and I've been noticing a lot more dead skin when combing near my face. It comes off easier than before, but is this normal? Yeah. So if you've never exfoliated before, you've never like really fully taken care of your beard, you probably have a lot of bad buildup, unfortunately. So you're going to see it starting to come off more and more. And then you'll probably get to a time where you feel like it is, you probably get to a time where you feel like it's good now. Like I'm kind of at a baseline, and you're going to see that as you go through. And yeah, here's a couple more good tips too, guys, on that previous question. Use beard oil for shaving, for your shaving cream, so you can see straight through it. Exactly. And Leo said there's videos on how to hold your beard while cutting cheek lines. And he says, find one that speaks to you. Exactly. Yep, absolutely. And Big says, cut buddies are awesome, but it's hard to get used to. Practice makes perfect. And it, just like any of these topics, guys, practice is going to make all the difference in the world. So yes, Biggs, is that normal to see a lot more skin coming off easier than before? Yep. It means it's doing its job. You don't want dead skin cells just sitting on top of your skin. You don't want them clogging your pores. You don't want them preventing the nutrients to getting to the source. Sounds like you are on a great path. The only thing that I would recommend while you're doing this transition is really turn up your water. Cheers. That water is going to make a really sizable difference. Our body goes through this natural detox process through our pores. When you're dehydrated, it doesn't do that. But when you are hydrated, the water is coming through your skin, coming through your pores, and it's pushing out those dead skin cells. It's pushing out toxins. We want that. So increase your water intake. Even if you're good on water, increase it a little bit more during that time. Maybe drink a Gatorade, get some electrolytes in there as well. And I know Gatorade's not the healthiest for you, blah, blah, blah. If you're drinking enough water, it is. If you're just drinking Gatorade, yeah, it's too much sugar, and that's not going to be a good thing. But if you're diluting it, if you're drinking enough water, those electrolytes, the potassium, the magnesium, the things that they have in there are actually good for you. So just something to consider there. Brittany says, how long is the recommended maximum time to leave butter in before thoroughly rinsing it out? I would say a good 10 to 12 hours is a great amount of time to leave butter in and then rinse it out. 10 to 12 hours to give you a straight, concise answer. Do you do the cold rinse after your evening shower? I do. Yep, I do a cold rinse after every single shower. It's super beneficial. Yep, super, super beneficial. And Ken says, scrape your fingernails under your chin in the shower. If you're getting white buildup, dead skin cells, you need to exfoliate. Yeah, big time. Big time. And it's not uncommon, right? Don't freak out if you do get white buildup. You can do that on a comb too. If you see little white things at the end of your Chicago comb when you exfoliate, yeah, it's definitely time to go. Car Guy says, I'm growing a mustache and soon maybe a beard. Any tips? Dude, just you're in the right place. And I don't say that with any like pat on my back or anything. This community is amazing. I take a lot of great pride in helping people grow their facial hair. Mustaches, beards, goatees, you name it, beard stashes. I'm going to help you out. The biggest tips, drink enough water, use good quality products, and just enjoy figuring out what works for you. But yeah, man, welcome to the channel and thanks for being here. All right, question. Is there variability in how often you should use a conditioner? I know you use thick conditioner once a week max, but it seems to be much less porous than yours. But mine seems to be much less porous than yours. I've been using every other day. Nope, there is no. Okay, is there variability? Yes, for sure. There's variables there. How often should you use conditioner? So I use conditioner after a shower or after washing every other day. Some people should be using it less. I don't think many people should be using it more than that. When it comes to the thick, medium, or thin kind of conditioners, definitely it is personal preference. It's situational. There's variables. So to answer your question, 100%. Yep, 100% there. There's a lot of variables to that. Yep. Okay. Hey, Dan, I'm trying a lot of different quality beard oils from different companies over the years. Do you have times where you go back to the basics using first quality beard oil you've ever used? Yeah. So that's the beauty of having affiliates. So for example, one of the earliest beard oils I ever used was Beard Octane. I still use Beard Octane on an unbelievable regular basis, and they're pretty basic. There's nothing crazy about Beard Octane. You don't look at their blend and say, wow, that's earth shattering. That's game changing. That's like something brand new. It's basics, right? Do I use Honest Amish? For sure. I will rotate that in, I don't know, once every couple of months or so. It's not a regular thing, but it is fun to kind of go back to some of those early good ones. So yeah, I definitely go back to some of the basics. And again, that's the beauty of my affiliates. I've been with the Bearded Mack since dang near the beginning. So there's for sure, man. Car Guy, what do you do if you get a long beard and you wear a bike helmet? The clip just goes right underneath your neckline. There's really no issue there. We go on family bike rides. I always wear a helmet, of course, as you guys should too. So yeah, just clips underneath the neckline. No real issues there at all. Is it true that some I thought he was going with prune juice there, we'll go with, will make your beard grayer? No. I have not heard of, and I'll put this out there in just kind of a general term. I have not heard of any kind of juice, liquid, beverage outside of bleach, outside of things that are meant to color that will have any impact on your beard, especially the coloring, especially going gray. The grayness is almost always due to two things: stress and age. Stress and age. Garrett says, question number 2. Do the, that's a voice, exactly, PB. Do the gray white hairs grow faster than others? I feel like my longest ones are gray white ones. It is 100% individual. Sometimes those ones seem to grow faster than the others. So, Jason, sometimes they grow slower than the others. There's no real rule when it comes to using, when it comes to growth of different color hairs. So I wish there was. I wish there was something that had like a big difference to it. And Ken says, Mack was my first small batch company. Found them a few months after they opened. I got lucky. That's really cool. Really, really cool there. Love that. And then on that same kind of topic, can cranberry stain a gray beard? I don't know. I know it won't make it go grayer like the other question was talking about, but will it stain a gray beard? I don't know. If anybody has any feedback on that one in the chat, please let us know. But that's something I don't have any experience or knowledge on. And that's one thing I always say, guys, I'm proud of. If I don't know something, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to come up here and fake it. I'm not going to come up here and try to give you guys false information to sound smart. If I know something, I'm going to tell you. Mike B, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you the information. But I don't know. I don't know on that one. So good question. Yep, absolutely. Okay. Let me see what we have here. Do you know when Husky Beard is going to open back up for business? No, I don't have any problems with Husky Beard. I worked with them for a long time. I just have not worked with them or talked to them in probably a year or two. So nope, I don't know anything that's going on with that company. And Garrett says, drinking it or pouring it on your beard. I would assume that it would be on your beard. Yep, on your beard. Okay. Tony, question. Most of us use beard butter in the evening. Is anyone using beard butter in the AM at all? Oh, yeah. Lots and lots of people use beard butter in the morning. And once again, a true personal preference situation. I don't like the feel of my beard with anything in it other than oil during the day. If you wear beard butter during the day, your hands will get greasy if you touch your beard, right? Right now, my hands are completely dry because my beard oil is absorbed in. Beard butter is not going to fully absorb in. Beard balm will never fully absorb in. Beard wax doesn't absorb in really at all. So it's a personal preference thing, but I know there's a lot of people that are in the chat that do use beard butter during the morning. If you guys do, hit up Tony in the chat. Give him some feedback and advice from your experience. Okay, and guys, we've got 10 minutes left exactly on the stream here. Is it okay to use tweezers on random cheek line hairs? It's up to you. Tweezers are a divisive topic, right? It's a divisive topic whether you should pluck hairs or not. There is a risk in plucking hairs. There's two main risks that come with plucking hairs. Number one, you can infect that follicle after pulling it out. You have a much greater chance for infection after doing that. Number two, you can damage that follicle and it will never grow back again. Now, if you're someone that's like, yeah, dude, that's what I want. I got a crazy hair on my cheek line that I want to go away. I don't want that. The risk is yours. The results are up to you. I do not pluck hairs. I do not recommend plucking hairs, but there are a lot of people that would say there's no problem with it, especially if you don't mind the hair going away. So it's if you're fine with that, then have at it. But just understand the risks that are involved. All right. Any adverse effects on your beard during or post-COVID? So during, yeah. Any sickness is going to affect your beard. I always kind of break it down like this. Your body prioritizes things at different levels. The number one priority of your beard would be your internal organs and your brain, your spinal cord, your brain, and your internal organs. So when something goes wrong, your body rushes to protect the internal part of your body. So if you are going through hypothermia, they take all of the blood, all of the warmth, and they pack it into your core, into the middle. If you have something that's going wrong with you, your hair and your nails start to go bad first because your body's like, they're cool. They have a purpose, but they're not needed like the other stuff. So when you get sick, if you have something like COVID, the very first thing that's going to be impacted is your hair. Your hair is not going to get the nutrients it needs that it usually does. So during COVID, your hair is probably going to feel like garbage. Your beard's going to feel dry. It's going to feel brittle and itchy and not good. Afterwards, I've not heard of anything that has been any kind of long-term lingering effects. I've had it, I don't know, a couple of times, one time real serious, and I've not had any lingering effects on my beard from it. But during, yeah, your beard's going to feel like garbage, but don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Just try your best to get better. That's my key. Bronze Age says, any advice on partnering with beard product companies as a content creator that covers different topics such as comic books? Yes. Work your butt off and get as big of influence as possible. Here's one thing that I don't say a ton, I don't think, but I wish people would hear it more, especially content creators. I have never once reached out to a company and asked them for anything, ever. I've never asked for products. I've never asked for a review. I've never asked for a feature. I've never asked for sponsorships. I've never asked for a consultation. I've never asked for any of those things. And you're like, but Dan, when this stream started, you were saying sponsorship information. I put it out there in general terms. I let people know opportunities. I let people know my services. And then I allow companies to come to me if they're interested. I've never messaged a company and said, hey, would you like to sponsor the Beard Topics Live? I've never done that. Hey, do you want to send me products? I build my platform and I know that they will come if they see value. So the Bronze Age, the best thing I can possibly do is tell you to add value. Yep, to simply add value. And if you do that, they will come. That's my advice. I think it's a really, really bad look to reach out to companies and to say, hey, can you send me products? Hey, can you pay for this? Hey, can you do that? I don't think that's a good look. Now, is it different if you have a deep-seated relationship with these companies for years and years and years, and you know each other and what each other is looking for and expecting? For sure, right? If Chris from the Bearded Back were to ask me something today, he's or Eileen, they're going to be asking as someone that has a personal relationship, that has known each other for years, that has gone back and forth. So there can be differences when it comes to like deep-seated relationships, like I have with companies like the Bearded Mac. But my biggest advice to you or any other content creator out there, if you build it, they will come. So do your dang thing and trust me, they will want to find you. Companies are always, always, always looking for influence. And unfortunately, there's people that do it in a bad way that give the whole industry a bad name. I work with companies and I see some of the messages that people send out asking for stuff, begging for stuff. It's embarrassing and it's bad for content creators. So do your dang thing and then people will come. Do you use beard sanitizers? I do not. I have some. The only one that I've ever tried that seems legit and that I would recommend is from Dr. Nick's. They have one that is using hypochloric acid. It's all natural. There's nothing that's bad. It's used on kitchen cutting boards in professional settings and for chefs and all this stuff. And it does really work. I just don't have a setting where I use the beard sanitizer, but I do know that a lot of people do. What is your favorite comic book? I don't know. I couldn't even tell you. I don't know if I've ever actually read a comic book. Like, just to be honest, I don't know if I've ever actually read one. So I can't even answer that one. All right. And let me see if we have any final ones. And so my man Mike B says, so Dan, this isn't necessarily a beard question, but I heard the term used in a live the other day and it called the summer of hate. Do you feel the beard community is as strong now as it was, say, a year ago? Oh, it's stronger. Like, the beard community, and all I can speak for is the community that I surround myself with, right? I don't go in every live. I don't go on every video. I don't go into anything. All I know is Commands Corner, the live stream in the Facebook group, Beard Topics Live, the beautiful people in the chat right now, Beard Advice Live, which is tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. I know my Instagram page. I know my interactions, my comment section, stronger than ever. My everything is going up. My messages, my comments, my everything in a unbelievable positive way. When I get done with this, I'm going to have 10 to 20 messages. They're all going to be people asking me questions that want help on their beard. They're going to be giving me positive feedback. I have been absolutely blown away by the support and the positivity that finds its way to me. I would say if people are calling things summer of hate, if people are talking about negativity, if people are talking about stuff in a way where they're like, oh, it's so negative, it's so bad, this is all that matters. And I would say the biggest line to take away from this, what you put out there is what you attract. What you put out there is what you attract. If you are constantly telling people, hey, there's hate, there's negativity, I'm sick of drama, I'm sick of this, guess what's going to find you? Hate, negativity, and drama. If you're putting out there, dude, I have so many positive people around me. I love positive people. I love supportive people. I love community. I love camaraderie. It's crazy that that's what finds you. It's wild how accurate it is that what you put out there is what comes to you. If you're somebody that is positive, if you are somebody that is out there putting good out there, people don't want to stay around that if they're negative. If people are looking at the worst in things, it's so easy for them to walk away from positive situations. So yeah, man, for sure. Yeah. Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, no doubt, Jason, it's growing. Yep. And Mike says, I appreciate you taking time to answer, man. Of course, that's what this is all about. Definitely makes you think. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah. Yep. I really don't think that there's any kind of negativity that's out there for sure. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Ken says, I've been putting out 10 out of 10 supermodel vibes. And hey, it's working. It's working, man. I can see it. Yep. G Squared said, just catching this at the end. Dan, you're always a great source of positive energy. I appreciate it, man. Little Pinky in the brain says, you're the best YouTuber, especially in the beard community. Hey, thank you. Thank you. There's a lot of amazing creators. Yeah, definitely this is being honest here. Definitely not the best YouTuber, but I appreciate that. That means a lot. And Tony says, and we're about to wrap this up here, guys. He says, does anyone else feel that thicker oils are better for your beard, but it styles better with thinner oils? Definitely personal variables there. Well, almost 100% personal variables and up to you. If you are in a pinch, can you use beard wash on your head hair? Oh, you don't even have to be in a pinch. I almost exclusively use beard wash on my head hair. Yeah, 100%. Yep, 100% there. Hey, Dan, have you ever thought about cutting your beard and starting over? No, absolutely not. I love my beard. I despise the thought of not having my beard. And so, yes. By the way, message from me, you already promptly answered your machine. I do take pride in being a machine. Yep. First, last, when submission for Beard Advice Live, what do you recommend for the best picture? Light, dark shirt, whatever is going to show your problem or goal in the best way. If you have an issue with transparency, make sure you're showing the transparency. If you have a styling, show the styling. It's going to be individual on those ones. So yeah, good question. Very, very good question. Yep, absolutely. Okay. Is your beard trademarked? No. Nope, there is not. Mike, this in the industry of comedy, this is what we call a callback, referencing something from earlier. Just seems to be a bunch of prune juicers out there, I guess. Yeah, man, we have what, 7 billion something humans on the planet? We're going to have a lot of people of everything. There's a lot of positive people. There's a lot of negative people. There's a lot of sad people. There's a lot of depressed people. There's a lot of mentally challenged people. And I don't say that in a derogatory shot kind of way. That's just true, right? We know that there's all sorts of humans out there. There's a wide spectrum. I focus on the ones I interact with. I focus on the ones where I put out good vibes, good support, good help, good content, and then it comes back to me. I just tend not to worry about the other ones. If they want to be sad, if they want to be miserable, that's on them. If they want to come and get help, if they want to find positivity, if they want to get a little advice, a little perspective, a little bit of life coaching, I guess, come on over. I embrace everybody. Anybody that comes in with a humble mind and comes in and wants to learn, wants to grow, wants to get better, I've welcomed them 10 out of 10 times, literally no matter what they've done or said to me. And I've proved that even literally in this week. And I welcome them all, man. It doesn't take much to say I'm sorry. It doesn't take much to say I want to do better. And genuinely, I welcome every single person that approaches it like that. So yeah, there's all sorts of people out there, but there's all sorts of amazing people. For as many people that do bad things, I genuinely believe there's as many or more people that do good things. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Can I purchase a hat and wear it in our ASMR videos? We just sold out of hats, but we have a new shipment coming soon. If you guys are looking for beanies, they're going to be on the way, my friends. Yep, they're going to be on the way. And yeah, absolutely. David Hill says, don't forget to hit that like button before you leave. That is greatly appreciated, you guys. If you liked this hour, if you liked the content, the questions, the break from your day, I would appreciate you guys hitting that thumbs up on the way out. And again, just a shout out to our sponsor today, the Bearded Mack. If you guys don't mind, check out their Instagram. Go look at their website, their blog, see what they got going on. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Eileen, for the opportunity to sponsor today. And Mike says, you got it figured out, my friend. Much respect. Thank you. I do take a lot of pride in my perspective, in my kind of global view of life. I prioritize happiness. I prioritize my family. I prioritize passion, and I don't let other things get in the way. I just did a post today. I think the last thing I'll kind of talk about on this, I think one of the common denominators and problems today is boredom. When people are bored, they have to fill that void with something. And drama, arguments, negativity is better than nothing for a lot of people. For me, I don't have boredom. I always have something to do because I have a passion. I don't do this because I have to. I don't do this because I have some obligations to meet. I do this because I enjoy it, because I can't get enough of it. And so I fill my boredom with things that are productive, that are feeding my passion, that are making me mentally better. And so that's powerful. But when people hate their job, they get home, they don't want to think about their job. They don't want to think about a hobby. They just want to just sit. And then when they sit, they get bored. And then what do they want to do? They want to go online and start a Twitter war. They want to insult somebody. Ha ha ha, got him. Ha ha ha, that's going to burn. And then they get a comment that's back to them, and they're already thinking of their response. They're already coming up with the rebuttal, the hate, right? Oh yeah, and they turn it into this. You don't even know this person. You've never even met them. You don't know the tone in their voice. You don't even know the common denominators that you guys could bond over. So I do believe that there's a lot of sources of these things that are out there, not happy in your relationship, not happy in your job, that are causing all these things. Man, I take pride in prioritizing happiness, family, and passion. I think if you do that, you put those best feet forward, a lot of success and a lot of things that are going to be positive in your life are going to start to follow. So I will kind of leave you guys on that one. Please reach out to me if you need anything. Dan C. Bearded on Instagram, Dan_command@yahoo.com. I appreciate you guys. I look forward to hearing from you. And thank you for being an amazing audience today. And if you're watching in the future on podcast style and you listen to this, you're amazing, you guys. Thank you so much.